What's up, homie?
What's up, homie?
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel?
What?
How do you feel living in a country that has restricted or limited your ability to protect yourself while simultaneously moving in people that are part of a culture that are antithetical to specifically women's freedoms?
Do you feel living in a country where women don't get to choose what happens to their body, also you're run by an annoying orange?
So here in the United States,
Yeah,
well,
gagged.
can I answer? Do you
Go on
mind?
then.
Okay, so do you know that here in the United States, regardless of the propaganda that the people in the UK are submitted to, here in the United States, abortion is legal in all 50 states of the United States of America.
It's illegal.
It is not illegal anywhere in the United States for a woman to have an abortion. It is legal in all 50 states.
No, it's not.
Okay, can I explain to you the actual laws? Because you've been told one thing, but what you've been told is incorrect.
No, I've been educated by my American friends, thank you.
Right. So, but your American friends are wrong if they told you that abortion is illegal anywhere in the United States. They are incorrect. Can I explain to you the laws?
Well, that's not true though. He signed an agreement to make it illegal.
No, you're
Did
wrong.
he?
No, of course not. No, in fact, Trump has come out openly. I'm anti-abortion myself. I wish that he had, right? So I'm actually against
Why
Trump
are you
on this point.
anti? Wait,
Well, but let's go over
why
the.
are you
Let's go. Well,
anti-abortion?
we can get into that, and I'd love to get into that. But can I explain to you
No,
the
I want to get
abortion
into
laws
that now.
first?
I don't care about all the other stuff.
But that's not fair because the information that you have is wrong, and so wouldn't it be
No, but
better?
okay, I'm over that. I'm over that, mate.
Okay, sure.
Why are you anti-abortion?
Of course, yeah. Well, because I'm pro-human, and I believe that I believe in universal rights for all people.
But they're not. They're a clump of cells.
Well, no, but human life starts at conception. So I get that, like, you don't think it's a human, but you don't get to decide when human beings have
I,
value.
yeah, I do because it's my body.
Well, right, but that's their body,
Yeah,
right? So for the same reason that rape
it's
is
it's
wrong,
not a
abortion
body
is wrong.
yet. It's
It
not a
is.
body yet.
It's 100% a body.
No,
Of
it's
course it
not.
is. Yeah. Well, here,
But no.
scientifically,
What?
life
What if they
starts at
didn't want a kid?
conception.
What if they didn't want a kid?
Right. Well, then they shouldn't have engaged in the act that we all know
What
creates a
happens if they
kid.
didn't want to? What happens if they
Right.
got forced to?
Some people get cancer and they don't want cancer, but they have to go through it anyways. Right. So
So
just because,
people have. If no.
yeah.
If someone gets raped,
Hmm.
they have to keep their rapist like being.
Well, no, they
Are
just can't
you?
kill other people because something bad happened to them.
Yeah, it's what they choose to do.
Right. You can choose to kill
Plus,
it, but you.
you shouldn't have a say in this.
Why
You
not?
don't go through any of it because
Well,
you
of
don't go
course I
through
do.
any of
I
it.
went through it. Yeah, I
No, you
was.
don't.
Oh no, of course I was the baby. I was the baby that was
Yeah,
vulnerable in that
yeah.
position. Right. I was the exact
Okay.
person that I'm trying to protect right now. So how am I not
Yeah,
allowed to
but
stick up for people that are going to be in the exact same situation that I was in?
oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, of course I'm serious. Yeah.
But because you shouldn't have a choice in this. You don't have to go through the pregnancy. Are you mentally ill?
So you're taking the side of the perpetrator. That's like saying it's exactly what you're saying here. Hear me out. Hear me out. Listen, you're getting really emotional, but if you just hear me out.
I'm not getting
You
emotional.
are though, like you're getting angry, but hear
No,
me
I'm
out.
not though.
That's like me saying, "Listen, you don't know what it's like to be a man. If I want to rape a woman, who are you to say that I can't?" It's the same it's the same exact saying. You're saying the same thing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're
No,
saying
I'm
that
not.
you're the one that's pregnant, so how am I going to tell you that you can't kill your own baby?
Yeah,
Right.
but it's not really a baby.
Right, it's an embryo, right, that turns into a fetus.
Yeah.
Right? And of course, fetus means little human. And scientifically, biologically speaking, life starts at the moment of conception. And of course, the definition of murder is the unjustified taking of human life with malice aforethought. Right? Human life, not born human life, human life. That's murder. So what you are doing is by definition murder.
Arrest me then, the fuck?
Well, no, but that's the whole point of what I'm doing, right? So I'm out here advocating for universal human rights and equality under the law for all people, all of them.
I think that too, but
No, you
once
don't.
they're born, yes, I do.
Once they're right, exactly. You place
Once
people.
once you get a scan, once you get a scan and it actually looks not like a circle, not like a jelly bean, when it actually starts to get a heartbeat, okay, yeah.
So when it looks
But
like a
before that,
human
they
to
don't have
you,
a heartbeat.
so when it looks like a
No,
human to
when it has a
you,
heartbeat, when it has a
uh-huh.
heartbeat, it's
So
human.
you're just going
Yeah?
to ignore the scientific fact that before it has a heartbeat, it's already a life. It's already an individual
Yeah,
human life.
I
So
happily would.
you don't care,
100%.
right? You don't care what
No,
science says. You just care what you
no.
think, right? Well, I mean, fair enough.
It's not just me, though. It's not
No,
just
no, no,
me, though.
totally right. And when in the United States, when we used to have slavery, a whole bunch of people, the majority of people, thought that slavery was good. It was only a small number of Christians that said, "Hey, slavery is wrong," right? These people said
That's
what they said: don't like slavery, don't own a slave. That's why women who have abortions say don't like abortion, don't have an abortion. It's the same argument.
that's maybe that's what happened in your country, but in our country, Christians were the ones who were getting the slaves.
Well, no, well, they weren't true Christians if they were
Yes,
disobeying God's law
yes,
that
they
way.
were. Their
No, they
excuse was
weren't.
that the slaves aren't Christian, so God doesn't see them as one.
Yeah, but that's not what the Bible says, right? So they weren't using a biblical argument. They weren't real Christians. They were using an anti-biblical argument. The Bible doesn't say that we can persecute people that aren't Christians. Islam says that, right? Your country is importing a culture that believes that from their point of view, but Christianity is specifically against that. Christianity specifically gives you free will, which says you can follow God or not. But either way, you and I, you specifically, you are an image bearer of God, right? You are precious,
What
not
does that
because
mean?
it means that you're precious not because you're a Christian or not a Christian, but because you bear the image of God. That's you. Right there. I'm looking at the image of God in you currently. Right? And
Oh, well, thank you.
because of that, you have inherent value. You are valuable simply because you are a human. Not because you're a born human, not because of where you're located, simply because you are what you are. You are the most valuable thing that's ever existed. You. And same with that little baby. It's no different.
It is completely different because what happens if the person who's pregnant's like 12 or 11?
Listen, terrible
If
things
they,
happen to
if
12 and
they, no,
11 year olds.
listen. If they don't kill, or not even kill, if they don't get rid of that little tiny clump of cells that doesn't have a heartbeat, what are they going to do for the rest of their life, even if they did not want that?
Well, they could. I mean, there's
That's being
options, right?
selfish.
Well, of course. Well, no, being selfish is human sacrifice, committing human sacrifice. Because what
No,
you're
it's
saying,
not, because it's not human. It doesn't have a,
no, no,
it
no.
doesn't have a heartbeat.
What I'm telling you is biologically, it is a human.
Biologically, it's a piece of like bacteria.
No, but it's not,
It's just a
young
cell.
lady.
It's just like a cell.
Listen, you're a clump of cells. I'm not trying to be mean, but we're all just clumps of cells in the
No, but I have a
material world.
heartbeat.
Right, right. You're
But
a
I have
clump
a
of cells.
heartbeat.
You're a
That
clump of.
doesn't.
You're a more right. You're a more complicated clump of cells than the
With a
embryo.
heartbeat,
Right,
yeah.
you have a heartbeat. Yeah, totally. And you breathe air, right? You breathe air
Yeah,
and you
so
have a
I'm
heartbeat.
alive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'm alive.
Well, but so is the embryo. If the embryo wasn't alive, it couldn't grow, right? Things that aren't alive don't grow, right? So things that are
It's
alive
growing
grow.
because it's inside of a human.
Well, no, but that's where it can
It's not
survive. If
growing
I
by
took you,
itself. It's not.
right, right, right. You're growing. Listen. You're able to sustain life because of your environment as well. If I took you and I put you in an environment that you're not designed to live in, like if I took you and I put you in space, you would no longer live. If I took you and I put you at the bottom of the ocean where you're not designed to live, you would no longer be alive. So yeah, an embryo can
Because
live
none
where
of them
it's
have oxygen.
right. Well, yeah, an embryo is designed to live in that place, right, at that time, right. I listen. I understand. Listen. Let me just say that I absolutely sympathize with the fact that women are told that if they allow arguments to stand that say that that's a human, that somehow their rights are being violated, when really women
It's
at the
not free
moment,
will.
women at the well, no, we all have free. Listen, if I wanted to, I could.
It's not free will.
Women can have abortion. Any woman can have abortion, whether it's legal or not legal.
Yeah.
Right? Whether
Correct.
it's legal, I could go next door. I could go next door and I could kill my neighbor. Right? I could do it. I could go right over there and I could just pull out a gun and just right when they open the door, I just blow them away. You know what I mean? I could do that. But like
That's two different situations, though.
well, no, it's not. It's
Wait,
murder.
okay, wait.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you want Trump to sign the agreement?
Well, okay. Trump was whatever agreement you're talking about. There was so I think maybe you're talking about the I think it's called Agenda 2025, which has nothing to do with Donald Trump. And I'm not sticking. Listen, I'm not sticking up for Donald Trump. Okay, like it doesn't matter. So all Donald Trump did was in his first presidency 4 years ago, the Supreme Court, with judges that he put onto the Supreme Court, this is why he gets blamed for it, rescinded Roe versus Wade, right? Which made abortion a constitutional right, essentially, right? Which, for one, the Supreme Court's not how we pass laws here in this country, so it was never valid anyways, but just saying legally. And so, but Donald Trump always has had the stance that
It's a yes or no question.
I'm sorry. Okay, yes. Ask the question again, and I'll answer it yes or no.
Did you want him to sign the agreement to make abortion illegal?
I'm sorry. The problem with that question is that question's not a real question. There was no agreement to make abortion.
So
but if there was,
someone's
then yes. If there was an agreement, yes. But there wasn't an agreement.
Okay, if there's no agreement, can someone who's pregnant right now go get an abortion?
In all 50 states, 100% yes. Now, can I explain to you the actual law? Like, I can clarify this for you because you're partially right. So can I tell you what it is?
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Did Donald Trump, this is an honest question,
Yeah.
isn't he trying to kick immigrants out of your country?
We are, yes. So currently we are kicking out illegal, right? So people over the last 4 years that crossed the border without permission, we are kicking out people who are in this country without permission, yes. But actually only violent criminals, because in the last 4 years, the low end figures are 11 million and the high end figures are 40 million people cross the border illegally into our country. So we can't kick out 40 million people, unfortunately.
It is just making your country money, though.
Right, but so doing what is right is more important than making money. We don't care about making money. It's destroying our culture.
Yes,
here.
you do.
Oh, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Western culture, your culture, our culture, right? The same culture that's being trampled on all over the UK by the Islamic immigrants that have been brought in, that believe that you shouldn't be allowed to go outside of your house without covering your face and being with your father, your brother, or your husband. That culture, the culture that gives you freedom, the culture that gives me freedom. I'm not saying that you owe anything to anyone. You are a proud, free being that's part of the West, right? And the West says that you're free, right? We love that women are free in the West, but we are importing cultures that think that you should be oppressed, that you should not have freedom. And that's a problem. That's what we're trying to fix, young lady.
That was a bit passive aggressive, I'm not gonna lie.
Not against you, right? I'm not trying to be aggressive towards you. I wish you would understand that what we're trying to do.
Passive aggressive.
I wish you would understand that what I'm trying to do, or what we are trying to stand for, is what is right.
You sound a little bit brainwashed.
I mean, fair enough, I guess. I guess I understand how you think that. If being brainwashed is standing up for freedom, then, I guess I'm brainwashed, right? But I want to be free.
I swear he's kicking out people who are legally there,
No,
aren't they?
no. We're not kicking out. We
Are you
can't. We
sure?
cannot kick out people that are. Yes, I'm positive. Yes, the ice raids are
Did
only
you
kicking
want
out. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
did you want Camilla or whatever her name was?
I voted for Donald Trump.
Why?
I
Why not the other lady?
Yeah, so I wasn't.
He's a felon.
So I wasn't gonna vote for him, right? Not, the felony stuff. I like the reasons that he's a felon. I'm okay with all of that. If we're talking about like
He
uh,
wants to date his daughter.
yeah, these are such like odd arguments that it's funny because the thing about the UK and the reason, and I'm not saying that you're propagandized, but just like every girl that I talk to in the United Kingdom says all the same exact things, which leads me to believe.
What are they saying?
Well, they say he wants to date his daughter, and I love the way you say it. You know, I'm not mocking you at all. I love your accent. Okay, and
Oh, he does.
fair enough. That's not. I didn't vote for him because I thought that he was a sexually moral person. In fact, that would have been one of the reasons that I wouldn't have wanted to vote for him.
So what was the reason that you didn't vote for? Is it Camilla? Is that her name?
Yeah, well, you know, she kind of changes it a lot. So, but it's pronounced. Lately, it is pronounced Kamala Harris.
Camilla, okay.
Right, Camila
Yeah.
would be
Why did
more normal, but yeah, Kamala.
why didn't you vote for her then?
Because of leftist ideology. Because I don't. I believe that. I believe that the trans agenda is dangerous. I believe that. I believe that the left currently, as it, and I'm actually a classic liberal, but like I believe that the left in this country is by far the most corrupt. I believe that the government has grown grossly, and let's take what Elon Musk is doing lately. I think is
I don't like
awesome.
Elon Musk.
Well, I mean,
Oh, he hit the Hitler salute.
yeah, I mean he didn't, but you know he was
He did
throwing
though, and he's
he
best
was
mates with
throwing
Kanye.
his.
And you seen?
Well, that's okay if you want to be mates with
Have you
Kanye.
seen Kanye's tweets recently?
Well, no, I don't pay much attention to Kanye West, but you
Yeah,
know.
saying that like Hitler's amazing and that he's
Oh
a
yeah, well that was
Nazi
a
and
few
shit.
years ago that he said that, right?
It was a couple months ago.
No.
Couple weeks ago,
It was a couple
actually.
years ago.
No, these are recent
Well, it might
ones.
be.
If you
It
want
might
to
be.
check
I don't. You
X,
know, that's fine. I
it
don't.
was recent ones.
It's okay. He's a black man. I mean, he's just trying to be controversial, right? He's not. You
Mm,
couldn't be black and be a Nazi. Like it
be
doesn't actually work
controversial in
that
a
way.
different way,
Well,
not bringing up
well,
Hitler who
that's the thing.
killed
So
millions of people.
yeah, well, here in the United States, well, there's plenty of people
What, do
here.
you all like Hitler?
No, but here in the United States, the most protected speech is the speech that people don't want to hear the most, right? So that's the most sacred speech. So yeah, somebody coming out and praising Hitler is obviously disgusting, and you know,
Yeah,
but
correct.
but you have every right to do it, right? Here in the U.S., you have every right to speak your mind. Nothing is too far, and it shouldn't be. I mean, I may not agree with what people say, but everybody has the right to say what they want to say. It's one of the most amazing things about this country. In fact, any restriction on speech.
So you can say anything you want, but you can't have an abortion.
Well, right. So that's physical action against another person, right? So that's murder.
But that speech. He is saying that he likes Hitler, someone who murdered millions of people.
Yeah. Yes.
Millions.
Right.
Yeah. Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Churchill linked up with Stalin.
Don't do.
Stalin.
Don't say.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying
Don't
that
do.
Stalin
To be
killed.
fair.
Stalin killed way more people
Yeah.
than Hitler did, and people have no
Yeah.
problem when
But
people are like, "Stalin's great," right?
well, I've never heard someone say that, and if they did, I would have a problem with them.
Okay, well, good. I mean, that's good, good. I mean, I appreciate that, right? I appreciate that you're consistent, but again, I don't have to agree with Kanye West I mean, I don't agree
Yeah,
with
this is about
Kanye West,
Elon
right?
Musk hitting the Hitler salute.
Right, he didn't though. He
He
was.
did,
Have you
though.
watched the whole clip? Like, have you watched the whole thing? Because if you watch it in
Yeah, I
context,
have. I have.
okay. Well,
He's not doing some sort of Roman
right.
salute.
No, he's not. No, he's saying my heart goes
No, he's
out.
not.
Right. Yeah. No, it's very. He's not doing the. He's not doing a Roman. I don't know what a Roman salute is, right? But
That's what he was saying he was doing.
no, well, no, he was doing my heart goes out to you. He was telling the crowd that he loves them because we're gonna go to Mars, and the United States is essentially going to be putting.
Yeah, but the last month, Tesla's stocks have gone way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. What? Who cares? I mean, I'm not. Listen, I'm not.
I
I
don't
don't
think
care.
he's doing that well.
Well, that's okay. You know, I mean, he's still the richest
Tesla's a
man in
shit
the
car.
world. Well, that might
Yeah,
be true. I've never been in one. You know, I don't care.
I have many of
Well,
times.
good. You know, I mean, I don't drive it. I'm not planning on buying an electric car, whether it's a Tesla or anything else. I don't like electric cars
I don't fuck with
personally.
electric cars.
Yeah,
I don't.
I drive an '80s Toyota pickup. So you know, I'm not. I like old stuff.
Yeah, you give that vibe.
Yeah, good. I mean, that's good. You know, I mean, I'm about to go buy an '85 BMW 5 Series because I like old cars. You know, that's just what I'm into.
I don't like BMWs.
No, that's fine. Well, I don't like modern BMWs because I think they're made of trash. But you know, older ones, I think they have some style. You know, but you know, and we all have our opinions on cars. That's okay, right? You don't have to hate each other over our car tastes.
No.
You know, or even political views, right? I don't hate you
No, I can
because,
hate people over that.
well, of course
I don't hate
you
you
can hate
personally.
people. You can hate people for
No,
whatever you
I
want.
don't
I'm just
hate
saying
you
we don't have
personally.
to.
I just,
Yeah, you don't like these views. That's okay. You know, I mean, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that you have reasons for why you don't like it. You know, and I take them into consideration. You know, I find other people's views useful, right?
no.
You have like a sour taste in your mouth over the whole thing, right?
No, I just, some, how do I put this politely?
You don't have to put it politely. I'm not going to take offense.
It's just, some, a lot of people in the US, I know I wouldn't say a lot of people, a handful of people in America are very idiotic with their political views.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's not just because some people think about that, it's a lot of the world.
Well, if you think that like the people that agree with Donald Trump, if you think that they have idiotic political views, then it is most people in the
Right.
United States, right? Because he did win by
I've
a
met a lot that
majority.
don't, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because don't you think he
Right.
had a little bit of tiddle-taddling in that?
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
do.
Do you mean that
His
like?
biggest,
Sorry, go ahead.
his biggest weakness, the thing he hates the most is losing.
Hmm. I mean,
Yeah.
that might be true. I don't know if it. You know, I don't know if that's true. It's certainly no one likes losing, right?
Well, people can take it. He clearly can't.
Yeah, but he didn't lose. That's the thing. He didn't lose last time either,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we know that the last election
Yeah,
was rigged,
but
right? And he won the time before that too. So it's like, you know,
yeah, because you bitches aren't learning. No offense.
he does what?
You guys just aren't learning from your mistakes.
Oh no, this isn't a mistake. No, you guys should do the
Yeah,
exact
it
same thing
is.
that we're doing here. You guys should start. I mean, unfortunately,
What?
the immigrants
Get a
that you have.
sexist.
Yeah, well,
Um,
what's sexist about him? What do you do that's sexist?
well, he's just very opinionated about what women should be doing
I don't
when he
think.
should mind his own fucking business and go on a fucking diet.
But I don't
and
think
get a
he's.
better fucking spray tan because that bitch is orange.
Yeah, I mean, he is a bit orange, you know. But I don't
A
think he.
bit orange.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I don't. I don't think he really cares what women do with their bodies.
Um, I would disagree.
Well, right, because you've been told that women aren't allowed to have abortions here, which isn't even
No,
true.
no. In my personal opinion, men should not have any say
Hmm.
of what women should do with their body and vice versa.
Right, I don't care what women do with their bodies. I care what women do
Well,
with
you
their
clearly
bodies
do.
to another person's body. Right.
See, there you go. There you go.
Hmm.
It's not a body. At that point, it's a clump of
Right.
cells. Do you
We're all
think it can
clumps of
feel
cells.
pain? No.
Right.
Yeah, but we can feel pain.
Right, but that's the thing is you're the one
And we have a
subscribing value.
heartbeat once again.
Right, right. You have a heartbeat and you can feel pain. Right,
Plus,
sure.
we're fucking overpopulated anyways.
So we can kill
Like,
people because we're overpopulated?
and they don't have a heartbeat. They're not
Right.
alive yet.
So
They're
that's what's called
irrelevant.
that's what's called dehumanizing language, right? Is that the type of language you want to use? Dehumanizing language?
In this subject, fuck it, yeah.
Right. So, but that's like it's exactly like what people used to say about blacks in this country when we were enslaving them. They said, "Well, they're black.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm
not
not in that
really
country.
people." Well, no, no, fair enough. I'm just saying
I'm
that
not in that country then.
it doesn't matter. It's universal, right?
That's what you people said about them.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
the
we,
British
yeah,
had
we
slaves
stopped
too.
the slave trade way before you. Yes,
Well,
I think we may have
like
started it,
some
but
some some like decades before, not way before, right?
I think we ended in like 18 something. You guys ended in like 1834.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it wasn't
It was
that
an
long.
extra like 30 years or
Sure,
something.
sure, but like before
Yeah.
the British got involved in the slave trade, it had been going on for 10,000 years in the Islamic world. Who
Yeah,
started
it
the
still
slave
doesn't make
trade?
it not. It doesn't make it right, does
I'm
it?
just saying that we were
Yes,
only
the
involved in
Egyptians
it.
had slaves.
Right, we were only involved in it for like 300 years before Western society put an end to it altogether. Right? Before we realized it didn't take
Okay.
us long for us to say, "Oh, wait a second. This is wrong." Right? It didn't take us it had been going on for a very long time and then we got
Yes, it
involved.
fucking did.
Right, and then we got involved and we were like, "Hey, wait a second."
In my unpopular opinion,
Hmm.
I think we should have like kept you guys. I think you guys would have been in a lot better state.
Kept us? Oh, you mean like
Yeah.
the British should have. Right, but you guys lost the war.
Yeah, I don't think.
You guys
Yeah.
tried to keep us. Right. And we sent you packing. Right? I mean, that's how the Revolutionary War
Bitch,
worked.
you just threw a bunch of tea in the ocean.
Well, no, we
You
threw
throw
the
a bunch of
tea.
tea in the ocean.
We threw the tea in the ocean, and then your tyrannical leader flipped out, sent a bunch of soldiers over here, and we kicked their asses out of the
Yeah,
country.
because they're men. They're men. Yeah,
Right.
they're men.
Right? Women don't start wars. Right?
Exactly.
No,
Yeah, we do, but
yeah, yeah,
I
you do.
reckon,
Not
honestly,
only do you start
yeah,
wars, but you
yeah.
like starve huge numbers of people to death, right? What was it? Let them eat cake.
Who did
Wasn't that what she
Yeah.
said? Let them eat cake, right? She knew
That
very
is what
well
she
they
said.
didn't have cake to eat. The whole point was let them starve
I
to
know.
death, right? That
I
was
know.
what she was
Yeah,
saying, right?
correct. That is what happened.
Right. So I'm just
But
saying that, like,
I think,
women aren't somehow
okay,
more just
okay.
than
What's
men.
no? What's one of the most peaceful countries in the world?
I don't know what country.
Finland, and they have an all-woman government that run the country. Does that say a lot?
Well,
Yeah.
Finland hasn't always been peaceful.
Yeah, and women haven't always been in charge.
Does Finland have
You've
their?
just
Well, who's Finland gonna fight? I mean, like, it's not really. You'd have to tell me a country that was facing war, and then like averted it, right?
you
So
couldn't.
Donald Trump is
You
doing
couldn't.
that, right? Donald Trump does that. Donald Trump has
Yeah, he's a
ended
bit of a
many
pussy, isn't he?
wars. Right. Well, Donald Trump
Like
ends
what?
wars. Like
And
like
he
what?
also bruised them up. What do you think it was okay what they were saying to that Ukraine leader? Do you think that's
Oh,
okay?
absolutely. Yeah. Are you kidding me? He
You think
said,
that's
well,
okay?
Donald, they said, listen, if you don't want to make peace, we're not going to give you any more
No,
weapons.
I'm not
Right.
talking about that.
Yeah.
It's because he's Putin's little fucking lapdog. I'm talking about
Uh-huh.
Donald Trump and that other fatty that was on the sofa saying, "Oh, why are you dressed like that? Like his country's dying." I don't think that's his biggest priority, is it? What he
Well,
looks like. It's not a fashion show, mate.
oh, yeah. Well, a reporter said that to him. Donald Trump actually said he liked what he was wearing, specifically. I hope she comes back. This conversation is good. Sorry, you're back. You cut out for a second.
Yeah, I am.
I'm glad you're back. No, Donald Trump said he liked what he was wearing. It was the reporter that said that he felt it was disrespectful for him to show up at the White House wearing, he called it his pajamas, you know. But no, Donald Trump very specifically said, he said, I like I think he looks good. Donald Trump totally said that right after the reporter said that. I thought what they did that day was awesome.
He was a dick. Awesome.
Yeah. Like I watched that live. I
Oh,
watched that
you
live.
guys still have asylums, right? You
Uh,
guys still have asylums, right?
what do you mean by asylums? Like insane asylums?
Okay. Yeah.
Not state-run ones. Like we have like mental hospitals.
And I think you guys need to tax up and really invest in those and put a bunch of people in them.
I agree. Yeah. Like yeah, that's why we
Yeah.
have such a homeless problem because we emptied out all the insane asylums and then we set them all free on the street and now we've got crazy people all over the streets. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but we did that as well, and there's not
Mhm.
much crazy people over here. Hmm.
Right. No, I mean, I would argue that allowing your government to disarm you and then import a bunch of violent people into the country that disagree with the way you live your life
We're not
and your people.
necessarily disarmed though.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you are. You're not allowed to carry anything for self. Are you allowed to carry pepper spray? Pepper spray, it doesn't even hurt somebody. You're not legally allowed to carry pepper spray to protect yourself. Right? It doesn't even cause continual
Okay, then you guys
damage.
should just. Okay. You guys should just be able to do pepper spray. There's no need to
Well,
be
no.
carrying around a gun, is there?
Well, of course there
There is
is.
no need.
Well, okay.
No,
So,
what's the
do
need?
you know
What's
why we? Yeah.
the need that you would have to kill someone?
Well, okay. So the reason
Like what?
we're allowed to carry guns is not. I mean, one of the reasons is personal protection against crime, but that's not the main reason. Do you know why we're allowed to carry guns here? Do you know
Because
why?
you're all morons.
No. So the reason we're allowed to
Why?
carry
Enlighten
guns,
me.
right, is exactly what we talked about earlier: freedom of speech. So when the government tries to
What?
restrict our speech,
Freedom of speech?
right, we're allowed to stick a
Speech.
gun. We're allowed
Yeah,
to
you're gonna
stick a
go shoot
gun
him?
into the government's face, right? Whoever that is, and we're allowed to shoot them. In fact, the Constitution says not only are we allowed to do that, but we are required as responsible citizens to hold government officials accountable in that way. That's why we have the Second Amendment.
You
It's
guys are so fucking stupid.
It's the whole point of the Second Amendment, right? But it's the reason that Americans still have power as the citizenry, right? You don't have power as a British person. You have no power to just have any say
Yes,
in
we
what your
do, though.
government
Yes, we
does.
do.
No,
Yes,
of
we
course you
do.
don't.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
We just
okay.
don't need to go flaunting around a gun at people because we're not fucking pathetic.
So how did a bunch
Freedom of
of
speech, we have
so
that. We
no, you
don't need a
don't.
Glock in our
You do not
hands.
have freedom of
Yes, we
speech.
do.
No, you do not.
Yes, we do.
Do
We
you
can go
have hate?
protest. Yes, you
Do you
can.
have hate speech laws? Yes. The answer is yes. You do have hate speech
Probably.
laws, right? Which are an infringement of freedom of speech. Any infringement of freedom of speech means you do not have freedom of speech. Period.
Okay, can we just agree to disagree?
Well, I mean, okay, of course we can. I'm just saying that
Okay.
if you don't have the freedom to speak your mind in one way, then you can't say that you have the freedom to speak your mind. It only makes sense. Right? You can say it's
I don't
freedom of
know.
speech.
I wasn't there when I made it.
Right. And see, that's right. I mean, that's the whole point of what I'm saying, is that you're acting powerless because in the UK, you are powerless.
Who said I was in the UK?
Oh, I don't know. Your accent, I just assumed.
Yeah, the accent. I could be living in Spain right now.
Totally, yeah. Which also doesn't have freedom
Yeah.
of speech.
I could actually be in Texas right now.
I hope you are. And I would welcome you, and I'd say, welcome to America. I'm so happy that you're in a free country. Please, come.
Well,
We want you
I
here.
wouldn't
We
be
want
allowed in
you
America.
here. Yes,
Yeah.
of course you would.
We don't want to be there. We don't want to be there.
Of course you would be allowed in America. And of course you want to be here.
No. Yeah, they would allow me in there. But
Yes.
oh my God. If I got my hand on a gun, your population would drop.
And you could. You
It
could go
would
right down and you could buy
plummet.
yourself a gun. We
Yeah,
want you here. We
and you
want
can
you
do
to
that
come
here.
here. We want you to come here, and we
we
want
can
you to
do it
get a
here.
gun. We want you. Come
We
on.
can do it here.
You can. Okay. Well, you can do what there? Have a gun? No.
Buy a gun.
Well, you can buy a
Yes.
gun, but you're not legally allowed to use it for self-protection. It's illegal. You can use a gun for sport there. It's illegal to use it to protect yourself. Just like it's illegal to use any tool in the United Kingdom to protect yourself. You're not allowed to. It's against the law there. Right? Specifically here, we can use
And
them.
I think our crime of violence is
You
probably
have-
lower than yours.
No,
Of course,
London is
listen,
one of the most
listen.
dangerous cities in the world.
Yeah.
Incredibly dangerous. Knife
I don't
attacks
think it's
all
actually
the
that bad.
time. It is. It's like
Better
real.
than
Like,
school
you
shootings,
can't wear.
though, isn't it?
You can't wear a watch in London. It will get taken
I do.
from you. I'm just telling you that.
No, it won't.
There are literal travel advisories telling you not to wear jewelry in London.
Yeah. If you go to some sketchy places. If I go to a sketchy place in LA, couldn't wear some jewelry there.
I don't know. LA's pretty pussy. Maybe like Chicago. You'd be pretty popular in LA. They'd like you. You know what I mean? And you'd love LA. It's so beautiful, and the beaches. You'd dig it. You'd be like, I fit in here.
Yeah, but half of it's burnt down, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, that's sad. You know what I mean? I haven't been there in a minute.
It is.
Yeah.
It is sad, yeah.
You know, Malibu too, like one of the most beautiful parts. But I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't been there. But yeah, that's natural disaster that happens. I mean, I'm not gonna talk shit about them or whatever.
I don't think it was natural disaster.
No. Right, I think maybe a homeless person.
Someone got
started it.
arrested going around with a flamethrower.
Homeless people do
Yeah.
that. That's the crazy people we let out of the asylums we were talking about. Like, I agree with you there. You know, we should build the asylums back up
I think
and
the
put the
people
crazy
you let out the
people
asylums
back
are
in it.
dead by now.
Well,
I think the people you let out the asylums are
maybe.
dead by now.
I mean, yeah, maybe they died in
Yeah.
the fire that they
And if they're
started.
90 going around with a machete, mate.
Well, no one here goes around with a machete because you'll get shot if you did that, right?
I've seen it before, but okay.
You're right. So shootings in the United States, people get attacked here in places that we call gun-free zones, like elementary schools, right? Or like shopping malls or
Exactly.
movie theaters. Those are places where
Well-
you're not allowed to have a gun, and that's where people die. In places where
Exactly.
you're right. Yes.
I think if why are you laughing, bro?
It was funny. I liked it. You know, it's funny.
If if I go stab someone down the street,
Mm-hmm.
that's one person. Everyone's gonna run, aren't they? If I have a gun, shoot someone, I can shoot them all.
Well,
Okay, we may have stabbings. One or two people.
Mm-hmm.
You have school shootings killing like 40 people at once.
yeah, it's because they're gun-free zones. Right. In gun-free zones,
Okay.
people bring guns into gun-free zones because they know that nobody there has a gun to stop them. Right? You see how gun-free zones are a
And the
problem?
police. Sorry, your police is. Some of them are okay. The other ones, they don't hear anyone out. They just shoot them.
Yeah, oh, yeah, totally. I mean, I agree that that everywhere police have an authoritarian kind of ideal, and but specifically our police not only are authoritarians, but they're authoritarians with guns, which is a problem.
Yeah, because they shoot and then ask questions after.
Yeah, totally. I agree. Yeah.
They shoot first.
Well, I mean, not always, but certainly some do. Yeah, yeah. It totally happens. I agree. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the world is dangerous, right? And authoritarian governments are dangerous.
America's. Yeah.
Well, no, everywhere's dangerous. Yeah, totally. I mean, people get stoned in Britain. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about off of weed. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I mean, like, the world is dangerous. I promise, everywhere, all over, right? It's actually so just so you know, I carry a gun every single day, everywhere that I go. I have myself. I've never once pulled a gun out and pointed it at another person, and I've never once in my
Well,
life.
you're a rarity.
Well, no. Here's what I'm telling you: is I've never once seen somebody pull a gun out and point it at another person, right? It isn't actually common. I know they make it sound like it's common here, but we have 330 million people in this country. And so this is not a common event. It's just that there's so many people here that it does happen. Now, the people that do engage in gun violence are in street gangs, right? The same people that are doing the stabbing there, it's street gangs.
Not
right?
always. Not
No,
always.
no, I agree.
Sometimes
No.
sometimes it's an angry kid that got picked on at school, come back with an AK-47, mate.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think they mostly use handguns, The rifle
Oh,
thing's not
sorry.
common. Well, no, I'm just
Yeah.
saying that they like to demonize rifles here, but you're way more likely to get killed by a hammer in the United States than you are to be killed by a rifle.
Um,
No, I mean that is true. Yeah, way more people get killed by it. Like twice as many people get killed by getting beat in the head with a hammer. That's a far more common way to die here. And just so you know, most gun deaths here, we have a lot of gun deaths, but 66% of them are people taking a gun, putting it to their own temple, and blowing their brains out. That's how people die by gun here. It's them
Probably
taking
because
their
they
own
don't want to
lives.
live in America.
Well, that might be true, right? I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
men who have been promised a certain type of life, and then found out that has been stolen from them by their corrupt government. Yeah, quite often will take a gun out,
Why
put it
just
to their
men?
head. Well, I don't
Why
know
just
why.
men?
I don't know why 75% of the suicides are men, right? I'm not 100% sure, right? But it is the vast, vast, vast majority of suicides are men in this country. I don't know about your country, but here, the vast, vast majority are men. The vast majority of homeless people are men. The vast majority of people that die doing their job are men, right? Men have a very difficult life in this country, 100%, yeah.
Mm, Not as difficult as women.
Well, if you go by the stats, it's far, far more difficult.
No,
Right.
it isn't.
Women live longer.
Right.
Women have a higher
Yeah, why's that? Why's
rate.
that? Why's that?
Well, because they have less dangerous jobs and they're less likely to kill themselves. They have a far higher rate of graduating college. They have a far higher rate of going to college. They have a far higher rate of getting into college. They have they make more money than men do up until the age of, I think, 37
No, they
years.
don't.
Up till the age of 37 years old, women have a higher salary on average than men do in this country, without a doubt, right?
Yeah, but okay, even if that is true,
Mhm.
most people, the like overall gender to get accepted to a job is men.
No.
Because yes,
I'm s-
because employers don't then employ women
I
as
wish.
if because if they get pregnant, then they have to do maternity leave.
No, we don't do maternity leave here.
Well,
We
they're
don't
still
have
gonna
any
have
of that.
to. Oh, you probably should then.
I agree. I totally agree that
Yikes.
because I think that women and men, but when you start a family, you should be able to be there for the family. But no, big companies are so money oriented that they don't. Some progressive companies offer stuff like that, but for the most part, no. Like you don't get anything like that. There's no like legal requirement to give any kind of maternity leave here.
And you're saying that men have the more dangerous jobs.
Yeah, do you want to see what I
Like
do?
what job is that?
Yeah, here, I'll
What
show
are
you
they,
what I
no,
do.
but what
I
job is
have
it?
I
What
have the most dangerous job in the well,
what
it
is it?
always well. So I'm a wildland firefighter during the summer, and then which is incredibly dangerous. And then
Can I just say,
yeah,
you have the more dangerous jobs. Like, let's say what,
and then here's what I
like
do.
a builder or something. I
Here's
don't
what I
know.
do the rest of the time. So that's me up there at the top of the tree.
Cutting down trees.
Yeah, that's what I do for the rest of the time.
Yeah,
I'm
because
a tree climber.
employers see these dangerous employers see
Hmm.
the dangerous jobs, and they're going to trust a man more than a woman to do it. That's exactly why you have the more
Well,
dangerous jobs,
no,
because
no,
you guys set up that system.
no women are
Blame
trying to.
yourself.
No women are trying to get that job. No women want to do that job. Is incredibly hard. No women want
You're
to do
you're telling
that.
me you're telling me no woman has ever applied that? Because
Oh
I know people who do that job.
no, when women apply for the jobs, they get them immediately. Oh yeah, there's a few different arborists in my town that are women, and they get hired so much quicker than I can because they're women. And I'll tell you what,
Because they're trying to get. Mm,
my older and my younger sister both make far more money than I do, and they don't have a dangerous job. They make way more. I wish I made what they made, right? They both own beautiful houses in the mountains. I rent, right? I don't make money. I make shit. I make garbage. Like I do like an incredibly dangerous, incredibly hard job. I make trash money.
because women need more money.
Well, good. I know. I'm not saying. I'm not complaining. I'm not. I don't want. I want my sisters to make more money than me. I want them to be taken care of. I want them to do better. Right. 100%. You know. I'm just saying the reality is that I'm not doing better than them. Right. But if what you're saying is true on every, and of course it varies. But I'm just saying that you're making a generalization that isn't actually reality.
Okay, can we just agree to disagree?
Yes, of course we can. I mean, I couldn't force you
Okay.
to agree with me anyway, so.
No, you couldn't.
No, and I wouldn't want to.
Are we done here? Because I'm a little bit pressed now.
What do you mean by pressed? Do you mean angry? Because you've been angry this whole time.
Not angry. I'm not angry. This
Hmm.
is not me being angry. This is me trying to get some common sense in your head, but you're just not absorbing it.
Can I
I'm
put
pressed,
can
not
I
angry.
can I post this conversation?
What do you mean?
I have a YouTube channel where I post these conversations. Can I post this one?
Um, I'd appreciate it if you didn't,
Why? Do you not agree with the views that
because I
you've
don't,
espoused?
because I just don't want to be online.
Well, here you are, though. Hi.
Yeah, but I'm not online.
I
How
mean,
many subscribers do you have?
not many, but I put more pretty faces like yours up, and I get more. So. And I get to
Bro.
I get to title it like crazy
Oh, you're gonna
liberal.
clickbait it.
Right. Well, you have to. You know what I mean? So I get to put like crazy
No, you
liberal.
don't.
Yeah, of course I do. Well, yeah, that's how you get. Well, yeah,
No, you
you
don't.
gotta draw them in. You know what I mean? Right? You gotta draw. The Trump supporters, they love it. They eat it up. You know.
I know they do. They probably, yeah.
You want the channel?
Oh, I don't want to be posted, please.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't. I mean, I asked you like more just to tell you that you were getting posted, right? Like that's more what it was. It wasn't
But
like I'm
can't
gonna
I see
listen
you
to
for
you.
that?
No, unfortunately not, right?
But I'm, but I can.
You you would have a lot of trouble from the United Kingdom suing an American, but you could like complain to YouTube, and you might be able to make a case with them. But I think that this would be considered fair use, right? Unless there's some sort of law in the United Kingdoms that says that this wouldn't be fair use, which there could be, I don't know. Then you could get a hold of like, you would have to like get a hold of like the police department, and the police department, or maybe like a lawyer, or maybe you guys call them solicitors, and then they would have to,
I don't know,
make a request to YouTube, and then YouTube would, have to decide whether or not they agreed with the request, which they would normally be on your side.
What happens if I say I'm 12? What happens if I say I'm
so
12?
Here in the US it doesn't make a difference, right? So you being 12, right, wouldn't matter, right? I could record a 12-year-old the same as I could record anybody else. We don't have like laws protect, like, if you were 12 and this was like a legal situation.
If I'm 12 and you're no, listen. If I'm 12 and you post me online, that's a little bit weird.
Totally. But it could be considered weird, but so could Kanye, like saying Hitler's his favorite person. That could be weird. Still allowed on the internet.
Yeah, because he's of age.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I swear you're not even I swear there's like an age limit of where you can have a YouTube channel.
Oh, well, in the UK, there's probably laws around age stuff.
No, on YouTube, I swear it's like 16 to have a channel.
No, there's like little kids that post crap. There's like 5-year-olds on YouTube.
I know, but they're not meant to. But they're not meant to, are they? Oh, why are you watching that?
I'm not. I'm just saying that it's the reality of YouTube. It's just like, that's the internet, right? And YouTube would be.
Is that your feed page?
I said I'd give you my channel, and you could look at it yourself, and you could see. Right here, do me a favor. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. Just give me one of those.
No.
Come on, just give me one. Just hook me up. Just
no. What's your channel called?
It's called Toyota Therapy.
Bro, what?
Toyota, like the car company. Therapy.
Yeah.
Like and that's it. It's the whole channel. It used to be about like me working on my truck, and now I think all the people that used to subscribe, they're really confused because now I've been like posting like these abortion debate videos, and they're like, what the fuck, Yeah. It's still a pretty controversial topic here in the U.S., just like it is there, and just about as much like lies and propaganda exist there as they do here, so. But yeah, I barely have any subscribers, but that's okay because I get like content like this, is very popular. I just need like Rattlesnake TV or whatever just to post one of my videos, and then boom. Right. But I'm doing this for a reason, right?
But you're not though. You should probably tell people before. You should tell people before.
Well, no, because then they would not engage in the interaction.
Exactly, because they wouldn't want to be.
Right. But I'm not obligated to tell them before, so why would I?
Well, if you're recording them, I'm pretty sure you have to.
No. Again, it's fair use, right? So because you came, so it's essentially like because you came on to a site where you could have been recorded, you should assume that you are being recorded. Is essentially how this works. It's like that's like saying that like let's say like there's a bunch of people on here that like record old men like trying to like prey on little kids. That would be like saying that those people then have to inform them and get their consent to then post them online. They do not. You can just go ahead and freely post them online.
Okay, yeah, whatever.